Hey folks, we are back. Today we are taking you towards another glorious wonder of world, that is the Great Wall of China. Before talking about facts, let's have a glimpse of this ancient heritage story. The Great Wall of China is the world's longest wall and biggest ancient architecture. It has a stunning array of scenery, from beaches of Qinhuangdao to rugged mountain around Beijing to a desert corridor between tall mountain ranges at Jiao Pass. It is a series of fortifications made of stone, brick, tempered earth, wood and other materials, generally built along an east to west line across historical northern borders of China, to protect Chinese states and empires against the raids and invasions of various nomadic groups of Eurasian steppe. As this steppe has connected Eastern Europe, Central Asia, China, South Asia and Middle East economically, politically, culturally and geographically for trade and commerce since ages. The construction of such walls was started as early as 7th century BC, and the famous bigger stronger walls was developed in 206 to 220 BC during Qin Shi Huang dynasty, the first emperor of China. Since then, the Great Walls has on and off been rebuilt, maintained and enhanced. The majority of existing wall is from Ming dynasty. Now, the 10 strange interesting facts about the Great Wall. Fact 1. Length. The official length is 21,196.18 kilometers, which is equal to half of the length of equator, and most of today's relics are the Ming Dynasty Great Wall, which lengths 8,851 kilometers. This is the longest feat of human engineering. Fact 2. Period of construction. There is wide misconception that wall was built under order of Emperor Qin, but it is not true. The fact is that the initial construction was begun 2600 years ago during spring and autumn period 770 to 276 BC. The fortifications built by Chu state during 7th century BC have been proven to be the earliest Great Wall. The last construction was in 1878 in the last Qing dynasty. Fact 3. Famous battling versus Nameless wild walls. Large crowd and all visitors mostly visit battling. Well-known section 40 miles 70 km northwest of Beijing. This is because best preserved walls, stunning scenery and consummate facilities. It is the earliest section open for tourists and enjoys the highest international reputation. Out of the halo, there are many other sections of ancient walls lying wild and nameless. In fact, the countless dilapidated section from the majority of the entire wall. Fact 4. It's not just a wall. The Great Wall, it's not just a wall. Historical fact shows that it was a comprehensive fortification consisting of overlapping walls and trenches for blocking enemies, watchtowers and beacon towers for signals, and communication fortresses for head-on battles, and barracks to accommodate soldiers. 3 inner passes of Daoma, Zizing, and Zhuang, and 3 outer passes of Piangyuan, Ningwu, and Yanmen form a solid defense for the capital city of Beijing during the Ming dynasty. Fact 5. One-third of wall has disappeared. According to statistics from UNESCO, nearly one-third of wall has already disappeared. What we see today are mainly the stone and brick construction from Ming dynasty. Early walls made up of rammed earth, particularly those in Inner Mongolia, Gansu, and Ningxia in northwest China, are cracking and collapsing quickly. It is expected that without effective conservation, this section will disappear altogether within 30 years. Fact 6. This wall is longest cemetery in the world. During Qin and Han dynasties, the special punishment for convicted criminals was to build the walls. In 2500 years of construction, more than 1 million laborers had been used, including civilians, soldiers and convicts. Around 400,000 builders were died and some were buried in the long wall. But till date, there is no actual evidence of walls containing corpses. Fact 7. Did not always succeed in obstructing invasions. Several strong nomadic tribes in history had managed passage across the barrier. For instance, in 13th century, the Mongols led by Genghis Khan breached the wall and subjugated northern central China for nearly 100 years in 1644. And the Manchus entering from Shanhai Guan resulted in collapse of Ming dynasty. Fact 8. Built on Rumour of Liu Sheng. Emperor Qin wanted to consolidate his power and rule the country forever. He sent a necromancer named Sheng and he brought rumor that kin would be overturned by northern Normads. On hearing that, Emperor was so frightened that he immediately issued an order to connect the walls and extend a new rampart to guard northern borders. Fact 9. No fame before 20th century. In 1987, the Great Wall has designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but strangely before 20th century it was seldom described in any Chinese artwork. Since 16th century, this work was gradually getting popularity. The earliest was Portuguese to recognize it. They said a long and solid wall in China with heavy garrison. In 1575, a Spanish noticed, and in 1793, British painter's picture marked the first appearance of Great Wall in Western paintings. After that, it is attracting peoples from world and popularity reaches at its peak. Fact 10. Special binding agent from grain. In materials used for construction, there was rammed earth, bricks, stones, and rocks. But now the fun fact is that mortar was totally different from the modern mixture of sand and cement, as it included glutinous rice flour. Processed rice flour served as a reliable adhesive. Okay guys, we are signing off now. If you like our video, then please like it, share it, subscribe it, and mention your views in comment section below. We really need your cheer to make more video like this.